Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence,
legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
when you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Did you see that clip? That right there is only a preview of what is coming. You are about to watch former ICE Director Tom Homan, a man who spent his career enforcing immigration law, completely dismantle the talking points of a congresswoman who seems to forget what illegal actually means. This is one of those moments where common sense does not just show up, it takes over. On one side you have a career politician trying to land a soundbite, on the other you have Tom Homan, calm, direct and grounded in facts, explaining the reality without raising his voice. It is a clinic on how to handle a loaded accusation and flip the pressure back where it belongs. Stay with me because we are breaking down every second of this exchange. And if you appreciate watching accountability and clarity cut through political noise, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let us get into it.
You know, Mr. Chair, I was looking, how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point where we take children out of mothers' and fathers' arms? And, it dated back, family separation in the way that we have seen it, where we take children away from their parents without due process, began last year under Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. But I had to dig further, and our staff dug further. But where did this start within the administration? She implemented it. And we found a memo. It dates back to April 23rd of 2018, where there was an official recommendation to, quote, pursue prosecution of all amenable adults who cross our border, quote, illegally, even though this applied to legal asylum seekers in practice, including those presenting with a family unit between ports of entry in coordination with DOJ. Here is the memo that I would like to submit to the congressional record. And so I looked at this memo, and it seems like this is the source of it. And it seems as though, Mr. Homan, that you are the author. It says here from yourself, Kevin Mikulinen, and Francis Cisna. Is this correct? Did you sign the memo?
I'd have to see what you...
I'd be happy to provide it. And we'll provide it over, but I would like to note that here it says the official recommendation. There were 3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his family.
Mr. Homan, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
The exchange escalated quickly. A comparison was made between federal immigration officers and the Gestapo and even Nazi concentration camps, and Tom Homan did not hesitate. He made it clear that equating law enforcement officers with Nazi criminals is deeply offensive and unacceptable. Then he pivoted to the core issue. Why are there 50,000 people in detention? Why were there over 1 million illegal entries? into the United States, his answer was blunt: because the border was not secured. Because requested loopholes were not closed, because leadership failed to act. He turned the question back toward Congress, arguing that if lawmakers want to understand why the crisis exists, they need to look in the mirror. He stated directly that failure to secure the border is a failure to the American people. As the clock ran out, tension rose. The chair reminded Tom Homan that his time had expired, referencing an agreement between Republicans and Democrats about extended time due to a prior interruption. Tom Homan pushed back, arguing that others had been allowed extra time, but not him. Then came the sharp exchange. A member of Congress asserted that as a taxpayer, Tom Homan works for them. The moment captured something bigger than just a policy debate. It highlighted the clash between elected officials and career enforcement leaders over who bears responsibility for border security and who answers to the American public. This was not just theater, it was a direct confrontation over accountability, authority, and the consequences of immigration policy.
A quick question, and I want to make one quick statement. I find it very offensive that anybody would compare any federal employee, frankly, to someone who, the Gestapo or running Nazi concentration camps. That is very offensive. I have 15 seconds and I yield it to you.
Thank you for saying that. I wish somebody in Democratic leadership would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.